First test at the Gabba, a debut like no other, came out and took 6 wickets. Can you tell us a bit about that day?
Well, the first day we batted, and I can remember we won the toss, and Graham Yallop unfortunately was told we had to bat, which he normally would have bowled, but because it was his first game, he said, well, he was told by the selectors we're going to bat, so we batted, and I thought, well, I'll just put the feet up for a day and a half, because I'd watched Australia play for 20 odd years, and all of a sudden we were 6 for 26 at lunch, I reckon. So just after lunch I was in, so 7 for 27 I reckon it was, might have been somewhere around there. So I'll never forget the first day, and luckily Bob Willis bowled short outside the off stump, and I had a little cut going and got a few runs and top scored, and then got a couple of wickets late that night, so I'll never forget. And I just, it was a great, absolute green top, so why we batted wasn't Graham's fault, but he'd been told by the selectors you must bat, so we presented England an easy victory in the end.
6 wickets in the next day, your first bowling performance. What was going through your head at that stage? And you tell us a bit how the way that day unfolded for you.
Well, what was going through my head at that stage was I was thinking Test cricket was pretty easy. I thought, how easy is this game? Because I couldn't really get a lot of wickets for Northcote. So I'm thinking top scoring and then 6 for, I thought, so that's, my head went through the roof. It was that big, I reckon. It's a pretty reasonable size head as it is, but it probably went about that big. I used to strut around because I became famous for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, mate, obviously you did become famous after that, and you did snare the wickets at Gooch and Boycott quite cheaply. Who was your favourite Englishman to remove?
Well, at that time, anyone who came out, they were all batsmen. Obviously, to get Boycott out was, and I think he was caught by Kim Hughes in the slips, actually, and that's the only time you'd catch Kim taking a catch in the slips, because he couldn't catch Kim, really. So I was pretty lucky there to get him out. And Boycott, if you wanted to talk about going, Gooch was caught in the gully by Trevor Lachlan, whose son now plays a fair bit of international cricket. So in the gully, ballooned off. They had these pads. There was a pad at the time that you got total protection with it, but the ball would fly into. Gavaskar had them. They'd fly into covers and fly. So it went a bit further. So I can remember Gucci strutting around with these pads on.
Now, mate, looking forward to the upcoming Ashes series. Obviously, Australia go in hot favourites. Do you think they can break the drought on English soil?
Well, we'd want to. We lost in two. I'll get over there a bit. 2005, 2009, 2013. So we've lost 3 in a row. So we can't. It'll be a slur on Australian cricket if we lost, wouldn't it? Because they're a pretty pathetic bunch, aren't they? They can't. They must strut around the change rooms, the English turn, and wonder who's going to go out and bat and the state of the game. And no, they're pathetic. If we can't beat them, I'll be really concerned for Australian cricket. But I'm sure that we're going well, so we'll beat them. Yep.
Obviously, a lot of confidence there, mate. And who do you think the most important Australian player is to the setup at the moment?
Gee, that's a tough one, isn't it? Well, Ryan Harris's fitness is paramount, isn't it? I mean, he's a mega star. They're all. It's a champion side. I reckon it's a very good side. It was a magnificent one-day side. That's the best, just about the best one-day side we've had, I reckon. I know it wasn't the best because the team with Ponting and Gilly and all them was the best, but the one that won the World Cup was exceptional. But Ryan Harris's fitness is the key to us easily beating England, because he just bowls that. And obviously Mitchell, it'll be interesting to see how Mitchell goes. Mitchell Johnson he's a star, but the English conditions haven't been, he hasn't stamped that yet, so hopefully he can bring home the bacon as well.
Now, you've got a series prediction?
Series prediction? Well, the way I've been talking, it sounded like about 3-0, but and they can't cheat this time. They can't put in that real spinner's wicket because they've got no spinners, so they'll have to just go with the flow. We're going over with Lyon and Fawad, so we've got the spinning totally covered if they want to pull out a spinner's wicket. So I think they'll be trying to prepare really, really flat wickets and try and get away with draws. Who knows what the weather's going to be like? So let's go 2-0, because you don't really get draws these days, but I just think they're going to 3-0.